So I think I did the math that we fed 128 adults. We don't have a nonprofit. There ain't nobody donating. It's literally just me telling my customers, yo, this is what we got going on. This is what we're trying to do. If you know somebody that can put us in with a nonprofit or someone that needs help with us, we love to help out. It's hard trying to figure it all out.
That's crazy. Welcome to another Blueprints podcast episode. We got my man here, the Barber in Longwood from the Community Barbershop, Mr. Brendan, the Barber. Like I said, if y'all wondering, how I keep my fade nice and tight, this is the man.
Pull up.
So we're going to be chopping it up a little bit today, talking about his journey, how I met him, and how he came so far along as a barber. Because when I met you, we was running food running together.
Food running started
in Market Street, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And we still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I met you when you was like 18, give or take. So it's been about 15, 16 years since I've known you. And I know you were there on Market Street for a little bit. So kind of walk us through what life was like when growing up, man. I know you're from Florida, right, originally?
No, I'm from New York City originally. I moved here in 6th grade. I graduated high school in Kissimmee. Then I moved to Orlando after high school.
And so what was life in New York City for Brendan?
It was fun. I loved every bit of it. And it was just, I didn't live in the nicest area. It wasn't as beautiful as Florida looked, but it was more community. It was fire. Everybody knew everybody. It was just a vibe. Everything about it was a vibe. The corner store, the food was always great. Wasn't the cleanest because New York City's not the cleanest city, but like it's home. It was home for me.
So what kind of student was Brendan in school?
What kind of student? I was a good student when it came to like getting good grades, but I wasn't a good student when it came to being in class. I wasn't challenged enough, so they would consider it insubordinate and acting out. When I was a kid, I didn't understand it, but now that I'm older as an adult, I get it. I just wasn't challenged enough. If I was challenged more, I would have paid more attention and wanted to be more involved.
So all your GPA was always like on point?
Yeah, I was always able to pass. I played athletics, so I was always going to be, no matter what, I was always going to be able to play sports. So
that was your motivation, right?
Yeah. It was.
And what sports did you play?
I played football, baseball, and I wrestled.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I just squeezed all that in the schedule, bro, in high school. And managed to get good grades.
I didn't say I had the best grades. I said I had good enough grades to be able to play. But it's different seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't have a job during high school, so it was just, I would constantly go to school and then stay after school for practice.
And so when you moved down here to Florida, you said you was in 6th grade?
6th grade.
So what was the reasoning you guys moved down here? Because it was your full family? Was it just you?
I'm in 6th grade, so I got to go where my parents go.
Okay, so it was with the family.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it when we first came. I did not want to come to Florida. It was a total culture shock for me.
What was so different about Florida? And what did you have in New York that you don't have in Florida, or vice versa?
Well, New York City, it was different because like I'm Irish and Puerto Rican. In New York City, I was in a highly Spanish and Black neighborhood. When I came to Florida, there was way more white kids and Spanish kids and Black people together. But it was totally different because how people talked, the slang was totally different, and how people dressed. It was like it was. When I came to Florida, they were rocking those dicky jumpsuits, looked like painters with the filas with the strap and the Reebok classes. We were rocking Air Forces and jerseys, and we were rocking hats and stuff to school. It was totally different. I never really seen a person like younger people with dreads, like on a daily basis. That wasn't like older Jamaican.
Yeah, that's true.
In New York, and like the gold teeth stuff, that's Florida. That's why I got gold teeth. I love Florida too. I'm both,
Yeah.
Transit. I blend in where I'm at.
That's hilarious. It's like a chameleon.
I appreciate Florida. At first, when I was young, I was more angry. I got away from my family, my cousins, and everybody. But as years went on, I learned to appreciate it.
What made you appreciate it?
Just the time, the journey, because at the end of the day, it was new. So I was like, oh, I hate this. I want to go back. When you're actually going through everything and you live in it, you have to start to appreciate different things more. I appreciate the people I met. I appreciate working at Market Street. I appreciate that I became a barber from living here. I didn't want to be a barber in New York City. I wanted to be a barber when I came to Florida. After I started meeting barbers, I was opening up shops in my area.
So all that transcended here. You don't think that would have transcended in New York?
There's so much opportunities and different stuff. It could have been for the best or it could have been for the worst. And you never know, you know?
So, we were at Market Street. Did you see yourself becoming a barber, or did you have aspirations to do something else?
I wanted to be a barber as soon as I graduated high school. My parents wanted me to go to college, and everybody around me that was like in my support group, they were saying, barbers don't make no money, barbers don't make no money, don't waste your time, you ain't gonna make no money. Haircuts was like $10, $15.
Yeah.
But when you would go to the barbershop owner would have all the fresh clothes, all the fresh kicks, all the dopest cars, fine wife. You know what I'm saying? So I was always confused when my parents would always say, they don't make no money, they don't make no money. I'm like, they're looking like they're living pretty good. So it took for me from 17, 18 years old till I was 25 to actually try to do what I wanted to do. I tried listening to everybody else.
How did you end up in Market Street?
Kathleen.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because I remember you pulled up a couple times before you officially started working there.
Yeah.
And I had met you at, I don't remember where you was sitting at or anything, but yeah.
I was probably sitting at the bar.
Probably. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So she put you, so how long did y'all date before she put you onto Market Street?
I've known Kat since I graduated high school. So it was like, that was all in a matter of like a year, I would say.
Oh, shoot. And you said that was your first?
I knew Kathleen through high school. She went to a different high school than me, so we just knew each other through other people. We hung out with other people a few times, and I seen her in Club Roxy's one day, and we were both underage, so we both wasn't supposed to be there. Like I was in the VIP section, and then me and my brother, we all had a few bottles, and we were having a good time drinking. And I look up, and it's like the only familiar face because I'm like, how'd she get in? The same way I got it, you know what I'm saying? Like, how'd she get in? So it interested me, and I went over hilarious. There to go talk to her. And, we're here now. We got 2 kids.
Shit. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. And so when you got into Market Street and you started working there, was that just a job to fund whatever hobbies and things you had back then? Or did you have like a secondary purpose or another plan after that or during that?
I had no plan during that at all. It was just I need to get a job so I can get some legit money on the books and start trying to become an adult in all reality.
Okay, that's interesting.
I had no clue. I was just going.
You were just going with the flow?
Yeah.
And then so you was in Market Street because you were there, I think, after I left too, I believe.
I think so. You was there for a while. So
yeah, I was there for I think.
I feel like you left.
3
I feel like
years.
You came back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I left and came back, I think, once or twice.
I was up in there until the day it closed.
And it closed due to?
They closed it down. Alex.
Oh, yes.
No, it wasn't the best ran restaurant, but it was like the people that we were here, we were all close.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's for sure, man. I was when Josh was on, we were talking about what it taught him. And regardless of I guess the situation, how the restaurant was ran, I mean, it taught me how to work in a fast-paced environment.
I'm gonna be honest with you, 70% of people that we actually worked with, they went on to doing stuff in other businesses and fields, and they're actually excelling.
Yeah.
Really, really high.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, because Miriam, start there. I think she's an RN now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? You opened up your own barbershop. I opened up my own insurance agency. Josh opened up his own restaurant. Samir is doing real estate and has got an entertainment venue business. So, I mean, everybody there is done.
Remember Ford?
Ford, yeah.
Ford's killing it. Went to SCAT in Savannah, Georgia, and he's doing documentaries and stuff for Netflix and Apple TV.
What?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people from Market Street has killed it.
That's crazy.
Well, at least I guess the younger ones. The older ones, they're older. They
had different aspirations. They were a different stage in life.
Exactly. Yeah. But what I appreciate the most about Market Street today is that we were making real good money then, and I didn't really realize it. I'd still be able to live the way I live today off of that money.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a sleeper.
But it was always inconsistent, and you never know. It was always like rolling dice, but it was good.
It was, but I mean, like to your point. Oh, and Doug too. Doug is up in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
He's working for Axe over there. Yeah,
we can keep going and going.
100%, man. Which is crazy. I think it gave us. I mean, I was a little older than you, so I was what? I was like 20, 21, so like 2-3 years older than you. And when I started there, so but yeah, definitely it taught me just how to handle certain people because. As you know, we had some very special people. They used to roll in there, have very special.
Pockets. No, do it again. I don't think it's safe. No, do it again.
They used to come out on fire sometimes, dude. Yeah. Literally on fire.
Perfect.
Yeah, man, dude. Yeah, those are definitely some memories and the plates on their arm with the burn marks.
I still be trying to put plates. Like if I gotta go somewhere, I can hold 3 cups still.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I think it was a solid foundation for to your point. And I think customer service, just dealing with things like pivoting real quick.
Literally, if it wasn't for me doing that, working there, learning that with the type of people that used to go there, I would not be where I'm at today as a barber.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Had that much of an influence, bro?
Yes, bro, because even my first day being a barber, working in the barber shop, bro, you're going to be trash. I wasn't good. I just went to barber school. I didn't have any experience.
Of course. You didn't have any clients. You didn't have anything.
I would see barbers that have been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years that were great at cutting hair, but their customer service was horrible. And they're trying to figure out how to get customers. And like me working at my first shop within a year and a half span, I was already catching up with them with repeat customers just because I knew how to get you to come back. I knew how to pamper you, make you feel good, have conversation, and to invite you back. Just like how we used to do it. Oh, yeah, make them a regular.
Yeah.
You made the most money if you had the most revenue. 100%. It's just that simple.
You know what, man? I noticed that about you. Like in your dealings, I've been getting a cut with you for, I think it's been like 3 or 4 years now, at least.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. And your customer service is unmatched.
You gotta talk. It's just natural. Like, just be yourself. Don't fake who you are.
Yeah. But to your point, man, I think it's crazy how, because I've been in plenty of barbershops, and the customer service is crazy bad in a lot of these places. They treat you like if you're like you're not important at all.
Yeah, you walk into the shop, if you're walking, they'll look at you and look down. No one will even say hi to you. And then you're standing there like, every shop is different. So some have like walk-in lists where you have to write your name. Some don't. So you're going into a place that you've never been before and they expect you to know how they run their business. You have to educate the customer. It makes no sense.
100%. Yeah, nobody says hi to you. And then when you sit in the chair, everything is just, it feels rushed. It feels,
speak to you.
Yeah. And especially if you don't speak the language. Like, I mean, I'm bilingual, so for me it's a little different. But in most barbershops when I used to live in Ocoee, they're Dominicans. So like, that's what they do.
I started in a Dominican barbershop.
They'll be on their phones, talking to somebody else, talking on FaceTime.
FaceTime is the worst shit. They put the phone and they prop it up and they sit there and they do their haircut, talking to their girl the whole time.
And they're looking at it and they got your head over here and they're just like, yeah. See. And I'm like, what?
He's trying to line you up like this the whole time. How are you going to do a straight line?
It's so crazy, man. And I think that's something that is highly overlooked, man. I think they're just trying to get a buck. But I don't think they see, like, to what you said, they don't see the longevity in it. They just see, like, okay, how quick can I cut the next head? How quick can I cut the next head? Whereas if they look at it as a long-term business, they don't have to worry about exactly. They don't have to look at who the next head is. Exactly. They got to look at, okay, these are my regulars coming back.
Look at it like this. You got so many slots a week. You have 10 slots per day, but you work 5 days a week. That's 50 people. You want to be able to have 50 people locked in that will come. The way barbering works is people come once a week, twice a week, once a month. Realistically, if you can find anywhere from 150, 200 people that book you on the regular, you could be fully booked, all your slots. You're good.
Yeah.
And just keep them happy, keep it flowing.
Have you ever, now that you've been a barber, and we'll talk about how you got to this point, but have you ever considered, like, and we were talking about this the other day, implementing or starting some type of like course where like you teach barbers about customer service?
I have thought about it, but the way social media is right now, it's like everything is so oversaturated.
Like in that field, or
just courses in general. It just feels like a lot of it are like little pyramid schemes out there that just give you chat GPT information. And for it to be authentic, you have to really focus on meeting a true audience to try to sell it to. And if I was gonna do that, I would think that would probably be the next 5-year plan. I have to really focus on grabbing the audience of barbers. My main focus has always been community and custom. Barbers really don't pay my bills, and they're gonna go get haircuts at their barber shop. I would love to help other barbers learn little things about customer service. It's just, will they put in the work? Will it go one ear out the other? Like, there's certain people that when you meet them, those are the ones you want to help. You can't just try to help just a mass group of people. It's just not going to be all authentic and work how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Finding quality people to pour that into.
Wrote a book before or a catalog. I know Chat GPT can help me, but I just like, I like everything to be perfect when I do it. And that's another thing that I struggle in life with, because it holds you back with certain things, but it makes you do well in a lot of other things. So
true.
It's just, I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah, you're trying to balance that out and figure out what the
best life in it. But
so before we go too ahead about, talking about the community barbershop, we're at Market Street, where you said you started getting your license when you was 25. So it's been like 9 years?
My son is 9. I literally got it like the week that he turned 1. So it's been 8 years I've been a licensed barber in the state of Florida.
Okay, so walk me through like how you started, like the schooling. What was your first, barbering job? You spoke a little bit how you got clients, but walk us like how you got into a shop. How did you choose a shop, or did the shop choose you?
Nah, so I want to become a barber because I seen that the overheads for shops wasn't expensive at the time. And I started noticing that like online, people would sell barbershops. And I seen a barbershop that was for sale by UCF, and it was $15,000. And I had $8,000 at the time, and one of my best friends had $8,000 at the time. And we were like, yo, let's go buy this shop so we can have a business, and like, let's just see what we could do. And we talked about it for like a day or two, and finally got the courage to say, you know what, let's go pull up on the guy. Let's go talk to him and see if we can negotiate price and terms. And we both hopped in the car. We had the cash on us, and we got off on University. I don't know if you know the area by UCF. We got off on University, and there was a gas station right when you get off. And I was like, yo, pull in over here. And he was like, what's up? I was like, let's have a talk real quick. And we started talking, and we're like, there's 10 barbers there. I said, yo, what if we buy this shop and every barber just decides to quit? I said, or if we give this guy the money and he opens up across the street, how will we know if all the employees won't just go with him? What would we do? We both looked at each other. We're like, do you cut hair? Do you know how to cut hair? We're like, no. And we're like, maybe we should look into barber school before we spend this money.
Oh, so you were looking to do it as an investment. You were looking to be the one cutting hair.
Nah, we were just trying to figure stuff out. We're just trying to figure out how to win in America.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never heard that story. I figured you just got your license and that was it. That's interesting. Yeah, what?
And then it took like a year even from that point for me to actually pull the trigger to go get the license.
And you were still at Market Street during this time?
Yeah. I was at Market Street the whole time. I was at Market Street the whole time that I was at barber school. I got a whole crazy story about that too.
Go ahead, man. Share away.
Nah, the blessing about Market Street, what was cool was because after we worked there so long and we had a relationship with people, if you really went to them and was like, hey, I can only work weekends, they would let you work just weekends. Most jobs ain't like that. So there's a lot of things of where it was a blessing working there. And when I was at barber school, I had to go, it's basically the same schedule as Orange County Public Schools. So I would be there at like 7 o'clock in the morning to like 3 o'clock on Monday through Friday. So I just worked Saturdays and Sundays. I was in Market Street for just those 2 days, barely making that much money, but it was just enough for me to pay the bills to get by. So it was perfect for what we needed at the time. Week before I finished barber school, I went to go show up to work on the Saturday. Nobody texted me anything. Market Street was shut down a week before me taking my test to become a licensed barber. So it was kind of like, everybody believes in different things. I'm just going to say the man upstairs, I feel like that was a sign that was like, go be a barber full time.
Yo, that's crazy.
I walked in. I went to go to the back door. Like, over there, went to go in the back door, and Rosa was coming out carrying boxes, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, I'm here for work. She goes, "What do you mean work?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What do I mean work?" She goes, "No one told you?" I was like, "Told me what?" She's like, "We closed yesterday." And I was like, "Yesterday?" I was like, "Damn, you could have sent me a text message, Rosa." She's like, "I thought I texted everybody." I was like, But
you were only there the weekend, so you weren't that important, I guess.
Exactly, but it is what it is. That was my.
So that was like kind of like the push and like the okay.
It wasn't no okay. It was like, you got to do it now. There wasn't okay. I lost my job basically.
Man, so that's crazy. So you had like no choice. It was.
Yeah.
Now, kind of like a follow-up question to that. How quick do you think you would have dove into barbering had Market Street stayed open?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It might have messed up my me being a barber because it was hard. I was not making money. It was really hard being a barber at first in the barbershop. I'd be lucky to make like 125 for the week.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's wild.
Not for the week.
No, definitely not.
But if you have the determination and the will and the want to get better, it will get better.
Yeah, you just got to weather the storm.
Yeah, it's not easy it's because you're self-employed basically, and when you're self-employed, you got no customers. Like, you can't just, oh yeah, money's gonna come to me. That's not how life works. You got to go out there and go get it. I had no problem being the first guy in the barbershop every day and the last guy in the barbershop every day. I just made it work, and I was determined. I had a little baby at the house that I would look at, and I'm like, I got no choice. That's why it all full circle, it all worked out. All the timing, everything was perfect.
Yeah, because you had no choice. It was sink or swim, and that's what you went to school for. So, I mean, ultimately, you want to do that. So where did you get that work ethic from? That kind of, I don't want to give up. Was it from your parents? Was it because of New York? Or was it because of Florida? Or what pushed you and kept you kind of, with the blinders on moving forward?
Life wasn't always easy. There was always a lot of hiccups that would happen, and I just knew that, like, pain and stress, a lot of that is temporary as long as you don't allow it to be here forever, As long as you switch it up, you control your destiny. And I got goals. I always wanted to take care of myself. I always want to take care of Kat. I always want to take care of my kids. At becoming a dad, that's what really changed all of it. Like, there ain't no room for failure. I failed a lot. I failed all being young. Me becoming an adult, getting out of high school was like, all right, now it's my turn to be an adult while I was. I didn't do good in school because I had to conform to the system of school. I'm a big thinker. I'm creative. That gets punished in school sometimes. They don't like creative people. They want people that are systematically like workers that can work a food line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just becoming a dad and not wanting to keep failing and being what people told me I was going to be when I was younger.
That you were going to be?
Yeah.
And what did people tell you that you were going to be when you were younger?
I was going to be shit.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to be shit. I was going to either be in prison or I was going to be or die. I'm still here, baby. Yeah.
Sheesh, man. That's what's up. And then, so you grew up with both parents?
Both parents.
Both parents. Okay, and what did they do?
My dad was always a handyman contractor. My mom used to be a special education teacher for a little bit in New York City, and she always worked different jobs. My mom was a hustler. My dad was a hustler too, but they hustled different. My mom would always work a job and then always would go to college. My mom used to take me with her to go to college and have me like play in a computer lab while she's taking classes to get her master's degree and bachelor's degree. My mom was a hard working woman. I got a lot of it from my mom. Yeah. My dad always worked hard, but he did better when he worked for the union. Dad is more of the fun guy though.
Yeah, I met your dad a couple of times. I didn't know it was your dad at first.
Yeah. He's the one, he ain't take stuff, he don't take everything as serious.
He's more lighthearted. She's more like systematic and like.
Definitely showed me how to work hard.
And what about your brother? Does your brother have the same work ethic that you do? Or is he different?
My brother goes hard too. He's different than me, but he goes really hard. My brother's a Purple Heart Marine with a doctorate in psychology.
Oh, man. Yeah. So he's a smart dude. The O'Connors
he's a smart guy.
Ain't nothing to mess with.
He tests well on paper.
He tests well on paper. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so then your first barbershop job was where?
It was at RTB Barbershop.
And you said that was a Dominican spot. So how much fake Louis and Gucci and Ferragamo, all that you saw there?
There's a guy that would come on Fridays with a suitcase and open it up and have all the plastic wrap on it, and they would all buy it up. I wouldn't buy it because I thought it was hilarious, but my boys used to get fresh.
Oh, what? How many Dominican barbershops I've been in, man? All of them.
They have a good time though. I like how they run Dominican barbershops. They normally family oriented. It's just you gotta know Spanish.
Yeah, you gotta know Spanish. Yeah. But you understand it though.
Un poquito.
I thought you understood a decent amount. I know you didn't speak it, but I thought you understood. Like
it took me a while to learn how to cut hair in that shop just because of the language barrier.
Really?
But they were all very good barbers.
Okay, so it wasn't like the typical Dominican barbershop where it was like crappy customer service and they didn't know how to cut hair.
Service, I can't speak on it because I wasn't understanding the interactions that they were having. But with cutting hair wise, they were all nice. So as long as you were able to communicate and they was able to understand what you would want, that's what you would get. They all did top quality haircuts.
What's up?
Yeah.
And then so how long were you there for?
I'd say 2 years.
Oh, so you was there for a little bit. And then after that, you didn't open a shop after that.
No, after 2 years, I purchased a house in like the Altamont area.
Okay.
And then after I closed on the house, I didn't want to drive from Altamont on I-4 to RTB on Conway for work. And I figured that since I'm going to live on this side of town and I'm going to go food shopping, everything I want to do, I want to work on that side of town because all those interactions that I'll get day to day, I could turn that into income.
Oh, so when you was going food shopping, you was like prospecting too.
I don't do it now, but like I'm back to wearing Yankee hats. I always wear Yankee hats. Before, when I was the first barber, I would go get Lids custom hats. I would say Brendan the Barber.
Yeah, I remember.
Barber. Everything, you would see it. You could tell I'm a barber from a mile away. Get up. Because that's how I make my money. I was trying to build my clientele.
You were marketing yourself.
I was never scared to invest in myself, ever.
Yeah, I noticed that watching. I mean, you got that inked on your hand.
Yeah.
Brendan the Barber.
It's a lifestyle. It's here
that's
forever.
Yeah, that's forever, bro. Yeah. That's commitment. That's what's up, man. So then you were at RTB, and then
Ricky the Barber.
Ricky the Barber. He wouldn't name it after himself.
It was originally RTB, right? But I feel like after he had it for a few years, said it was Reason to Believe Barbershop.
Because I guess people were giving him heat over it or something? Or?
No, not really. He
just rebranded himself?
He always called himself Ricky the Barber. So it was RTB Ricky. And that was just his name on Instagram. But he opened up the barbershop and he's actually a cancer survivor. So I think that has to go along with it too. He's a great guy. Really good guy. I've really enjoyed working for him. He ran his business to a T professionally. It was great. I'm so glad that he let me work there.
So would you consider him like a mentor, like in the beginning for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did he kind of like take you under his wing and like show you, or you just kind of like were observing what he was doing and you were kind of just taking notes on the side?
Bro, my first day in the shop, I had a bunch of nice like clothes on and nice car. I already had the nice stuff. I had this gold suitcase with all my barber equipment. Ring lights are everywhere in every barbershop now. But back then, they wasn't. And I had a ring light. I bought it. And I remember when I came for my first day of work, I walked into the shop and everybody that was a barber was quiet, staring at me, looking nervous. They thought I was going to be the new guy that would come in and take all their customers. And it was like a pin can drop. There was a whole rotation of 12 barbers, right?
Oh, so it was walking only. It wasn't appointments.
Appointments too, but there's 12 barbers and appointments wasn't as big until virus changed that dramatically. But like I was the last on the list because I'm the new guy. And it's so funny because the first walk-in came in and everybody's like, let him get him because they all want to judge how I'm going to do my haircut. And yo, I messed up this haircut. I didn't mess it up, but it wasn't to their standards. And I could hear these guys over here laughing, these talking over here, crapping Spanish. I just know what's going on right now. I did 3 haircuts and the owner was like, yo, come here. I need to holler at you. He goes, yo, if you're going to work here, I'm going to need you to shadow me for a week. I had no problem with that. I wanted to be the best that I could possibly be because I knew the better I get, the more I could supply food for my family. It was that simple.
That's interesting because you didn't, well, I mean, most men, I think in general, and especially men that are trying to get into another field, some of them are egotistical, and they're like, no, like I'll figure it out. Like, no, I don't want to do it. So that's good that you were open to like being coachable and you were open to being trained
in this business. You cannot do this because you could burn your name in the city quick. If you're just so new and you're not good, there's so many bad haircuts, like people will not come back to you.
So back then there wasn't a lot of like rating on Booksy and there wasn't a lot of that back then, right?
No, that's when it was starting to really start jumping up.
Yeah, because the barber I used to have before you, he was on Booksy for a minute, even before Barbers. He's the one who told me about the app. I didn't even know about the app. Yeah. That you've been on that since you started, or
the app for like 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then RTB, that journey comes to an end. What other shop did you go to that was close to the crib?
I went to a shop called Revamp in Altamont.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you there for?
I was there for, I want to say 2.5 years. And then I opened up my shop.
And how was Revamp different from RTB?
It was totally different. It was totally ran different. So RTB was a commission-based shop. So you have to get a percentage of every haircut, while Revamp was a booth rental shop. So it was my first time taking the risk of owing the boss money at the end of the week instead of just receiving money.
Okay, so walk me through so the first shop RTB was, it's
a commission. It was a 60-40. You get 60, the shop gets 40.
Okay, and Revamp, you were already out of pocket. You already had an overhead, whether you cut or whether you didn't.
$175 a week.
So you had that overhead, whether your chair was full, whether you were there, whether you weren't, it didn't matter.
That's how much it cost to be there.
And so back then, how many haircuts did you have to have in order to,
At that time, I was charging $25 for the haircut. So 25, but 4 or 7 haircuts would be
a week for you to break even.
Would be just to pay booth rent.
Just to break
even. You're going
to
get tips, so you're going to make more money here or there, but yeah.
Oh, man. And then, all right, so did you already have a following when you went to a Revamp?
It was kind of a downgrade going to Revamp than where I was at because of distance and the customers that I had that was willing to drive. Like RTB was a very nice looking shop, very clean, like very well-oiled machine that was ran. RTB Barbershop showed me how I would want to have a shop, while the other shop showed me how I shouldn't do at a shop. So I learned how to be like, what type of owner would I want to be?
Gotcha. Okay. Did you learn anything aside from that at Revamp?
I learned some stuff at Revamp too. Like I got better at cutting hair there too. I learned more about myself with having to budget money better, with having to pay booth rent and save. I was able to build my clientele at Revamp. I was able to come fully booked at Revamp. All my clientele came from going to that shop, but most of my stuff was generated online. But Booksy has helped out the most, to be honest.
So let's talk about the marketing, man, because I mean, you got a massive following on Instagram, bro. I checked their Instagram page a couple of days ago, and I didn't realize this because I go on your page, I interact, and I follow your stuff. Yeah, and then I it kind of just flies by. I don't look at your profile every day like, oh, let's see what he's doing. No. But I see the stuff that you send me, the stuff you come from my feed. But I guess I never clicked on your page like to actually look at your profile and how many followers. And I looked at it with my son the other day, and it was like 36,000.
Yeah, but
followers.
Yeah, but the internet is the internet,
So okay. So the follow-up question is, you have those followers. Do those followers necessarily translate to money for you or the shop, or is that just like a certain image that you have online, but doesn't necessarily translate to money?
It does translate to money. It doesn't. It's like you would look at it, you'd be like, "Oh, I wish I had $1 for every client or every follower." You'll get it. So the way it works is like people look at it like resumes with social media. If they see you don't have that many followers, they don't think you're as good at what you do. It's kind of fake, but it's corny. It's really corny when you really think about it. But like a lot of followers, like having 30,000 followers, that helps me getting free stuff like free clippers and products to try out.
That's right.
It gives you more business opportunities from behind the chair when you have more followers. It's just building a community online. I didn't really do nothing special. I was just consistent. Like before, like years ago, when I first went to Revamp, I'm like, how can I get people to sit in my chair? I bought a camera. I invested in myself. And because I worked with a dude named Janito at RTB. Janito was a young barber that was crazy good at cutting hair. He was just too young, so he would do stuff outside of work that would mess up with his job type of deal. It happens with people. He's doing great now. I'm super proud of him. He was like 17 at the time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he
He's
was
a baby starting out.
fresh from Puerto Rico. So he was trying to. He thought coming to Florida was going to be like Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is totally different than the state of Florida. But he would cut hair holding his cell phone. Everybody's haircut, he would hold his cell phone and cut it. And I used to be like, yo, what are you doing? He started the same week I started. This dude, he was so busy that like he sat next to me, cut next to me, and there was nobody behind him. He would have like 3 chairs lined up next to him. He would have so much clients. He was like, yo, you got to promote yourself. You got to put yourself out there. I'm like, this is how you get all these people. He's like, yeah, they're finding me on Instagram. So I bought a camera and I started just trying to do the same thing at the time, but I was just trying. I bought the camera at RTB Barbershop. I bought it on OfferUp.
Oh, okay.
I buy a lot of stuff that's expensive through OfferUp just so I could try it out first before I want to invest into it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I'm really going to use this and it's going to be a good investment or a bad investment, but I ain't scared to try.
Yeah, because what happens when you don't try, you're never going to know. You're never going to know. You could have been a success. It could have been a failure, but at least you gave it a shot, right? And so you accumulated all these followers. How was the shop's Instagram page? Like, how are you trying to build that one up?
The shop page, honestly, I'm trying to have the barbers build that one. So it's like we all have the password and are signed into the account. So I have them all, when they post something, post it on the page, you circle it. I'm really trying not to have too much involvement with the shop page itself because I want them to. I want it to be a us thing. Because my first year when it was just me owning the shop, when I would go ham with the promotion, everybody would come and be like, I want to go to Brendan. I want to go to him. I want to go to him. I'm trying to get them to make as much money as me, if not more money than me. So it changed from me being an individual barber where it's like, go promote me, to where I'm taking step backs now where I'm like, I need them to promote themselves while I can help promote them. A lot of people ain't like that though, especially in my industry.
Everybody's selfish. Everybody wants for themselves, right? Because
just
there's only so many heads that you can cut.
That's
in a day, in a week. Yeah. I mean, there's only so many heads. So, I mean, if you have, being in your shoes, being an owner, then obviously you want everybody to eat as well. But like you said, I don't think everybody has that same mentality.
Bring them to the water. Don't mean they're going to drink it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So then your revamp of 2.5 years pushed you to be like, all right, I think I'm ready.
We had a shop meeting and it was telling about new rules and different things. And I just heard one person give another person horrible advice. And they asked people's opinion and I stepped in and I said, that's not how that normally works. It's how you do it in that situation. And the person kind of felt a certain type of way about me saying it. And I just felt like it was my time. My time was done. Like, I need to move on. It wasn't the place for me.
So what made you open the shop as opposed to just moving on to a different shop?
Because I didn't really like the shops in the area. There wasn't that many shops in the area at the time, and I didn't want to go through the situation of having to deal with another owner if it could go great or if it doesn't. I just didn't want to risk it. I had the money saved up for it. It was just like, let's take the risk now. This is the time to do it. Let me do it for myself. I worked from one guy that I thought, like, damn, this is how you really should run a barbershop. And then I worked to somewhere where I was like, yeah, I could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just my time to do that.
And how did that conversation happen with Kat? Did you like consult her? Was she behind you? Did she give you pushback?
I got pushback. They didn't want me to spend the money at the time. They thought I was moving too fast. They thought I was moving off of impulse because it was like an overnight thing. We went to Savannah, Georgia on her birthday. And while we were there for the weekend, I was just on my phone looking up commercial real estate everywhere. Crazy. And I found a spot. And when we got back the next day, I went to go look at the spot. I went to the house and I said, Kat, open up the barbershop. She's like, you don't think you're moving too fast? I said, no, this is the right time. And I had a few people tried to talk to me, to try to tell me, oh, I don't think you should do this. You might be moving impulsively. And it was kind of making me a little angry because it's like it makes you feel like you just don't believe in me. What is it? Like, I understand where Kat was coming from because we share the house. She understands the finances. I get where she's coming from. But when it's people that's not in my family or like my circle, it starts to feel like more like hate or animosity sometimes. It's like they don't, it's not that they don't want you, it's just sometimes people don't believe you can do it because they don't believe they can. And it was the first time in my life that anybody that would ask me a question about it, I would have an answer. Does that make sense?
So like you knew already the route you were going to take.
But what would you do if this happens? I would do this. You know what I mean? I had an answer to anything that somebody would try to pop up to try to deter me. Nah, I could do this.
So you already had the blueprint in your mind already. And did you write down like a business plan? No, so you just kind of winged it.
I just ran with it. Barber and customer service, you don't need that written down on what to do. Like if you know how to cut hair, you know how to cut hair. If you know how to deal with people, you know how to deal with people. Yes, I should have had a business plan written out so I could have like what my goals were that I wanted to hit, but that was all mental. It was all in my brain what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to do. I just had to make it happen.
That's funny, yeah.
Now I write stuff down more.
Yeah.
For sure. But at that moment, nah, I was just all in, ready to do it.
Yeah, I kind of work the same way. But then, Josh, talking about him again, he said he wrote a business plan down. And then my buddy JT.
He got food costs. Yeah. There's different variables. Business, I don't have to deal with that.
100%. Yeah. There's like, for example, in my business, there's not overhead except for a brick and mortar location. So like the office that we're in right now, right? This is my overhead, that's right? And the other office I have in Sanford is just my overhead.
Can you afford utilities and rent? Then you're good for business.
Yeah, exactly. All the materials online. I get books from the carriers, all that stuff. But yeah, to your point, now I'm starting to write stuff down as well.
Now, but trial and error, going through business. My business has been open for over 3 years now. Now I understand the fact that if I want to keep scaling it, add more, I gotta have that. I gotta have it. I gotta have 5-year plan, 10-year plan.
So in your business, and I think just similar to my business, there's, I would say, high turnover. People don't stick around because they're not making money. They're not seeing the results that took you 7-8 years to, a pile or whatever you want to call it, right? And they're not seeing that in 7 weeks or 6 weeks.
I try to tell barbers, like, it depends on your ability, right? Not everyone's gonna be the greatest barber at day one, but if you're really good, that can expedite the time frame of building your clientele. But it takes, like, first go to your shop for a year. It takes you a year for people in the shop to know your name, to know you're there, make you a familiar face. By like year 3, you should be fully booked if you're doing everything. You know what I mean? It took me 3 years.
So what advice would you give to a barber that's fresh out of barber school right now and is looking to join your shop or join a shop? Like, what advice could you give them to be like, hey, follow these steps in order for you to be accomplished and stay fully booked, whether it's through Booksy, whether it's through whatever?
See, that's jumping so far ahead with things. Like, I'd say the first thing that you do is really find a shop owner and group of barbers that you work with that are like-minded, share the same goals, want to see you win. That is more invaluable than the other stuff, because if being in the right place and the wrong place will mess everything up, or it would set everything up. It's really your foundation. Find the right foundation that you want to start with and just stick with it. Like, get better at cutting hair. That's going to happen. That's what happens. The more repetition you get it's muscle memory. You just get better and better. You keep seeing the same faces. You get to build on the relationship. Obviously, you got to invest in yourself. You got to start taking high quality pictures and videos of your work, posting on social media. You got to learn how to run ads on Google, work with SEO. Do those things, everything is gonna happen. But you gotta find the right place that you really want to be at.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's great advice. That's great advice, man. Because I think the people around you are gonna either, like you said, set you up or mess you up. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's gonna ultimately determine.
I went to barber school with a bunch of people. The first shop they go to, it's a bad taste in their mouth. Work there for 3 months. They go to the next shop. They don't do good over there. They've been a barber 6 months now. They still don't got a clientele. Go to a third shop. They went to 3 shops in 1 year. Got no clientele now. They're looking at barbering like it's a joke now. Like, oh, this don't make no money. I wasted my time. But you hopped around. You moved around instead of just staying in one place and building it, working it.
Yeah, I think it's a reflection of themselves sometimes because they don't look at themselves and it's like, okay, what could I have done different to not put myself in this position or to put myself in this position? They don't reflect on that. They just think it's the shop's fault. It's the clientele. It's the owner.
People, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, I'm the one that controls my life.
Yeah, the victim mentality. You know how that goes. Because it's easier to blame somebody else than for you to take accountability and be like, man, if I would have stuck it out, I could have had, 50 clients. As you said 150 was like kind of like the goal?
I said 150, 200 keeps your schedule fully booked.
Okay. And who taught you some of these things? I know you mentioned you're like marketing, ads, SEOs. Like, who taught you that stuff?
I'll be honest, with just different things that I would just do in my life. Just all worked out. Like, I tried starting a painting company when I got out of high school. So I was doing contracting work and painting with my dad. What I did was I brought ideas that my dad was older and didn't have to do. I was like, yo, Dad, let's pay $150. Let's wrap the truck. Let's put the number on the side. Let's get T-shirts. We did all that. And I saw that it generated income. People actually would call off of that. And I was like, okay, if they're willing to spend $2,000 off of that, I'd be able to get somebody to come for $15 for a haircut. Yeah. It's just simple. Like, I don't know. That's just how my brain thinks.
Yeah. You just figure. I mean, I think you're like every entrepreneur, bro.
Hustle, bro.
You got that hustle mentality, and if you don't know the answer, you're gonna go find it, or you're gonna figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I think in life, it's all about figuring it out.
You have to try.
Because if you don't, then you
try.
So owning a barbershop now, what do you look for when you hire a barber? How does your shop work? Because you said commissions or booth rentals
at my shop.
Okay.
What I learned from working commission and booth rental, it's easier to keep your barbers at booth rental than it is commission. Once a barber works commission, they start getting booked with their appointments, they're going to be like, why am I giving this person half of my money? They're going to want to go open up their own shop suite or
yeah.
Booth rental is for the barbers that's more experienced and got a clientele. I want you to be able to work for me and make the most amount of money that you can make. Booth rental, I think, is a better idea for that.
Yeah.
And I want you to make me the most amount of money as possible. I'm not saying that that's wrong. It's just when I wanted to open up my first shop, I didn't want to do that. I liked working booth rent more than I did commission, money-wise. I open up multiple shops now, they will be commission.
Yeah, okay. And do you look for any traits when the barber comes to you and like, I want to run a booth, I want to run a chair, or however it's done?
First off, I'm going to look at their presentation, communication.
Like the presenter themselves, or like a physical presentation, like on a computer or something?
No, like how they present themselves, their hygiene, just all these little things. I'm just going to ask them questions about themselves. Like the first thing I do is, do you have Instagram? The easiest thing to do. Do you have Instagram? I'm going to say yes, I'm going to say no. They say no, it's a red flag. Because it's a portfolio to show your haircuts.
Yeah.
But not everybody uses social media, so it's like, that's not like an end all. You know what I'm saying?
But have you found that with older and younger barbers?
Older barbers will be the ones that won't have it. The younger, everybody has Instagram now. So if they're young, but this is what it is. I ask them, do you have Instagram? They say yes. I'm going to say, what's your Instagram to see it? If it's private, it's a red flag. If it's just the Instagram of you trying to look cool and there's not one thing barber related on it, it's a red flag. Because you're not promoting your work.
Of course.
It's not your portfolio. You're just sitting here trying to show a gun or smoke weed on your Instagram. That's not going to get you a job. You'll be surprised the characters that you meet. But that is the number one thing, because if you are already promoting yourself, I can help you and teach you to do it better. But if you're not doing it at all, it's harder for me to get you to start going. So I just always try to see on how you promote yourself already. That I could just tell you little things that you might not have thought of.
You can just give the assist.
But they can also assist me. They might have some game for me too. We're learning. We're a team. I'm not saying that I'm your boss. I tell everybody we're a team. We all got a little space in the shop.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I think you've maintained the barbers that you've had, right? You've had a pretty good retention rate.
People stay, come and go. When I first opened the shop, it was It was more of a turnaround because at that point I'm just trying to hire anybody to fill a chair because it's a new shop. You're not trying to have walk-ins come in and leave and think that nobody works there and they just come back. Now I'm at the point now where I can start picking what I want, who I want.
Okay.
Got one chair that's available. Been available for a month.
How does that factor into keeping other barbers? Like, how important is that to keep that positive vibe?
Apple can ruin the whole tree. That simple.
Yeah.
One person's negative attitude can ruin everybody's day. And at the end of the day, when you're paying booth rent, it's basically like you're subleasing your space. No one should have to pay to work somewhere that they're not comfortable. A lot of shop owners don't care. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to eat. Once the time comes, I'll put somebody in there. The bills are everything get paid for.
Yeah.
That's why I said the next shop will be commission versus this one. This is the foundational shop. Smaller. I got 5 chairs. I'm trying to have this shop be the shop that I can train people, 5 people that can do the business 80% like me and think like me so that they can open up the other shops. Either they work with me or they could do their own thing. But if they want to work with me, we can open up Community Barbershop number 2 and they can run it. They already know how the business runs. Now I'm pretty much setting up either partners or managers of the next shop. So this is the foundation, just like how restaurants do it. They got like their franchisee stores where they have the corporate trainers that open up the other locations. Kind of trying to do it like that.
So is that the goal for how far ahead? Is it 5 to 10 years?
That's like a 5-year plan, but it's like, you never know what's going to get thrown at you. Like I take everything now at the point, like a day at a time. Got my little goals, my mini goals. Then I got my bigger goals. Got to try to hit the smaller goals first before I look at the big picture. If I hit all the small goals, the bigger goal is going to get there. That's just how I set everything up.
And how do you balance running the shop with family life? Because you got 2 kids.
That's every day.
And you work 6 days? No, you work 5 days. 5 days right now.
I'm still trying to figure that one out sometimes, but I got a good system. I have a very good partner that holds a lot down.
Yeah, Cat's dope. Shout out to Cat.
Yeah, shout out to Cat. If it wasn't for Cat, man, a lot of this wouldn't have worked. It still wouldn't work. Definitely allows me to do all the stuff I got to do. And she doesn't really resent me for a lot of it. I could be better. Nobody's perfect in some
I think we all could be
aspects, but when it comes to what we need in the family, good. We got a really good system.
How important is it having like a supportive partner like Kat for you to accomplish what you've accomplished?
It's everything. It's literally everything. If she didn't support me, even when she didn't want me to open up the barbershop, she was just doing that out of fear that it didn't work and that I would be going crazy as a partner. Like her fear wasn't not agreeing with me. Like I understand where she was coming from.
Yeah, her fear wasn't that you couldn't do it.
Yes. It wasn't that. It was just slow down. You might be doing it too fast.
Yeah.
Like, slow down. Scaring that I'm crashing out. Just trying to do it. And it wasn't the case. But she helped me with everything. She's understanding. I always run everything past her, even for this. I said, first thing, whenever you ask me to do anything outside work, let me talk with Kat first. Sure. I appreciate everything she has done so much for me. I have the respect. I run everything past her first.
I think that's a respect thing more than anything. I don't think that, I've ran across some dudes that are egotistical. It's like, nah, I don't tell my wife anything. I don't check with anything. I'm the one that does this. And, in some cases, you kind of like, all right, cool, I guess. But in most cases, it's like, no, you should have the respect to check with your partner to figure out if that's okay with them.
It's not easy, though, but it's not easy just because of the simple fact, when you really think about like the hours, like people work 9 to 5. I pretty much work like double shifts 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's true.
And it just is what it is. That's just how it is, but I have a great partner that supports it and reaps all the benefits from it.
That's what's up. What type of values are you instilling in your boys so maybe they can take a similar route to you, or
just to work hard and to believe in yourself. They're still so young now that they're just worrying about Fortnite and Roblox.
They just be kids.
Yeah, I'm just trying to teach them like little things. I'm trying to teach them to be a good person, good people, like be respectful, to understand. I'm trying to teach them to what is actually important with education versus some stuff is just filler work. Like pay more attention to your math, really learn how to read. There's certain skills that you will need past school that will help you I just want them to be respectful young men that are believe in themselves, aren't scared to take a risk in themselves.
I think watching you, I mean,
yeah, but dealing with roadblocks and that's my battle. I got to juggle that, but
you don't know how that's gonna play out, right? In 10 years, when kids look back at this podcast, what's the piece of advice that you can give for them?
I was like, get on the podcast because this is the one that got me paid from social. This is why we have Lambos and Ferraris. Nah, I would hope they would look back and they would just get to see their dad just be authentic and talk about himself and get to learn more about me. Because how much do you really know about your parent when you're 8, 9 years old?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I hope that I grow as a person to where in 10 years from now, I'm in a better place than today, and to where it's just that you can see the growth.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to see the growth. Like, this is the beginning of the story, but I want you to see the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Know what I mean?
And I mean, 10 years from now, I think is far from the end for you.
I know.
Well, how old are you, 34?
I'm 30. I'm turning 34 in August.
Yeah. So, bro, 10 years, you're going to be 44? What?
I know. It sounds
you're going to be in a different stage of life.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think you're going to be far from done.
I don't think I'll ever be done. I don't think I'd ever say that I'm going to retire. I think I'm always going to be a guy that's always doing something. Like, my dad's in the retirement age 70. He's still always doing something.
You got to stay busy.
Yeah, you got to stay busy. I feel like once you stop, that's when your body starts to stop too.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Well, you're giving us some good gems today, man. I want to thank you for taking the time. We'll wrap up with a couple more slow questions, nothing too crazy. So, when the book is written on Brendan, what do you hope, not just your kids, not just your family, but the world to remember you as?
That's a hard one. I just want to be a good family man that's a hard worker. In all reality, that's for the world. The world's not important. My family is what's most important to me. The world, they just there. They come with it. I just hope they like me for me and to get to know me.
Okay.
Actually try. Like, it's hard to say for the world, for the internet. Not everybody deserves to get the true version of yourself. Like, I think that's what people lack sometimes. They want to give everybody everything sometimes, and not everyone deserves all of you. Like, you should feel like you're so valuable that the people got to earn to know who you really are. That's why it's not for sale.
That's very good, man.
That's why it's hard to say a book. Like, you gotta meet. I'd rather meet you in person. We could talk. We could figure it out. But putting it in black and white, it's not gonna really be able to explain who I am. I would need somebody else to write it about me.
Well, I want to thank you again for taking the time to be with us, chop it up.
Yeah, I will. That's fine.
Yeah, man.
But I'm happy to see what you did, what you're doing,
and
what you grow. Like, it's awesome. That's the stories, man. That's what's beautiful. I love to see people win and building relationships, seeing what we're doing. And now look what we're doing. It's fire.
As long as we're evolving, right? I think that's always the goal, man. Just to evolve, just not to be scared to think outside the box or do something that challenges, the norm. Because, me and you've chopped it up in a chair a lot of times. Like I said, you've been coming here for a long time. So we always talk about, just kind of being outside of the norm. Yeah. And not just falling into what society says you should. Yeah.
Be different.
Yeah. And to your point, man, you've been real different. You're very creative. I admire some of the stuff that you be doing online and you be posting. And I'm just like, man, like you just consistent with it, man. You really know how to market yourself.
This thing is just community, right? Like, everything is called the community barbershop. So, like, the main thing I try to focus on is being cool with the people that come into the barbershop for the community, trying to build that to where it can be like a home where people are coming, they feel comfortable, they laugh, they joke, if they want to have a drink, it's just a vibe. Like, you're supposed to release. When you walk through that door, you release the stress that you have. Have a smile on your face when you leave.
Yeah.
And I love doing all the stuff with the community, like the back to school drives, the toy drives, all of that stuff. That's what it's all about to me. Being cool on the internet, that's whatever, bro. That doesn't matter. That don't make my emotions go high. I love seeing the people's faces that actually need help. I can cut hair for free, bro.
Yeah. That's your bread and butter. But yeah,
if somebody needs it, I'd give it to them. I'll give them a free haircut for sure, anytime if it's needed. I got a platform where I could actually just be myself. Like, yes, I learned the trade, and I got good at the trade, but it's a platform where I could just be myself and hang out and have a good time every day at work.
Yeah, and yo, I'm telling you, man, like you were made for something like this because even my pops, when I took him over to get a haircut, he just enjoyed the environment. Like it was just chopping it up. You know, he had a couple laughs, even though you guys didn't understand each other because he doesn't speak English, he don't speak Spanish.
But we're gonna figure it out.
And you did. And when we went back, because I think we went twice to see you, he was like, yeah, and me va a cortar. And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. We went. Like he's good. So it was dope that you created that environment, and you know, and it seems that you're keeping that. I wish you nothing but the best, man, and I hope all those your hopes and dreams of growing the community barbershop come to fruition, and you can help out, you know, more people and have more effect on the community with your drives. And you know, you did a turkey thing, right? Didn't you? Turkey drive. I know you did the backpacks.
Yeah, we did. We did 458 book bags last year. Back to school.
Whoa.
With Air House, with school supplies and book bag. The year before that, for Thanksgiving, we bought 48 family meals from Bob Evans that can break down into 4 adult-sized portions. So I think I did the math that we fed 128 adults for Thanksgiving. And like, this is just, we don't have a nonprofit. There ain't nobody donating that's a corporate business. This is literally just me telling my customers, yo, this is what we got going on. This is what we're trying to do. We don't even work with anybody, no organizations. Me and the manager, Marquise, we literally just do everything off the muscle. We get on the computer, start making phone calls. Y'all need help? Do y'all need help? Do y'all need help?
That's amazing, dude. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we need help. If you know somebody that can put us in with a nonprofit or someone that needs help with us, we love to help out. It's just, it's hard trying to figure it all out.
That's crazy. Did you partner up with like another restaurant out there or something?
That one's a church.
Okay.
Church, one of my clients. Everything I do is through my clients too. It's the community. So like, I'm not scared to tell you that I want to do something. And I'm also not scared to do something if you tell me, yo, we should do it. I'll try it out. What's the worst that can happen?
You burn a couple hours.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to tell me there's going to be 10 kids there that need haircuts and they don't got no money for haircuts, I'm not going to let the kids leave without the haircut.
That's what's up.
I'll go there to cut the kids' hair. I want them to look good at school. I was that kid that didn't have a good haircut. Like, I understand what that means.
You and me both.
Yeah, I remember.
My mom used to come.
I remember being a kid that when the free haircuts and the school bags and when there wasn't food. Like, I understand. I've been there before. I learned that all it takes is one person can change your perspective, give you the opportunity to change the rest of your whole life.
That's deep.
No one's stuck. You're not stuck in a situation.
Yeah, no.
You got to just get through it. A lot of people self-sabotage because they don't even know. They feel like, oh, wow, everything's starting to go good. Let me do something to mess it all up. And they don't even know. It's something they don't even think about. It just happens.
Yeah.
Got to get past it.
So I'm going to drop let me know the info of the church. And then I can drop it when the video drops and I can put it in the description.
It's crazy. It's definitely crazy. And it was just an idea.
Well, it's needed, man.
Yeah, it was just an idea that I wanted to do, and it feels great. You can't put a price on it. Like, it feels so good. I want to do it more often.
Well, let's figure out how we can do it more often, man. Yeah. So where can they find you at? What are your social handles?
I'm Brendan the Barber on Instagram, the Community Barbershop on TikTok, and that's it. They got Brendan the Barber on Facebook.
But you have another Instagram for the shop, no?
The Community Barbershop on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so confusing. I'm 33 years old. I do really good on Instagram, and that's just, I got lucky, I guess, with that. I'm trying to replicate it on Instagram, and I can't figure it out. I'm trying to see if some middle schoolers can help me out. It's working.
Yeah, let me know. My 11-year-old son's looking for a job, bro. So
that's what I'm saying.
He's got a little YouTube channel, remember?
He's killing it. Yeah, he's killing it. I think maybe after this year goes, I think that's what I'm going to try to really focus on YouTube.
That's where he found out about the haircut that he wanted, because he followed that barber out in Davenport. Is it something Blends? I think his Brandon Blends or Brendo Blends. He's a barber out in Davenport. I just know that, and he's got a big following. He's the one that does the.
Just YouTube, you actually get paid. No,
I'm lying. He's not on YouTube. He's on TikTok.
He's
on TikTok.
TikTok is huge. I gotta work it more.
You gotta figure it out. Yes. you figure it out. You've come this far, bro.
Yeah,
so I mean, trust me. If once you figure out
I
TikTok,
got a lot of customers.
the whole world's gonna know about the community barbershop.
We're just working it a day at a time. So.
Let's go, man. That's all you can do, man. Hey, thanks again for dropping through, man. I appreciate you. You dropped some heavy gems.
Gotcha.
So thanks for your time. I'm sure I'll be seeing you probably like in a week and a half at this point for another cut.
Oh, you know where I'm at.
And that concludes another episode of Blueprints Podcast. And my friend Brendan the Barber over here. Check him out. The shop is in Longwood. What's the address?
That is 2484 West State Road, Suite 104, East Longwood.
There you go. On Instagram at Brendan the Barber. You can find him if that's a lot easier. Book him on Booksy. He's usually booked out at least 2 to 3 weeks out. So if you're going to book him, book in advance. All right?
I'll take care of you. Pull up. Don't be scared. I'm going to do a great job.
Yo.
Have a fun time.
That's right. That's for sure. That's for sure. We'll see if we can get a little discount or some code going for your first cut at the community barbershop. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, if you tag his podcast, I'll give you $5 off the first cut.
Oh, let's go. $5 off.
Tag his podcast.
All right. Be sure to check him out. Again, another episode of Blueprints Podcast. This is your host, David King. See you on the next one. We out.